13, we are going to be moving freely. We are going to be tapping into some intuitive movement, okay? So with yoga, right, yoga asana, we often have these postures and there's alignment cues and there's ways things should kind of look, right? For me personally, in my practice, yes, like I'm gonna cue things and alignment matters, like, it does, like for safety and to make sure that, you know, we're getting kind of that expression of the pose, but ultimately, right, what also matters is your body and yourself. And truly, some yoga poses just do not work for everybody, okay? There's postures that I've been doing yoga for, you know, a long time now. They still don't work for me, okay? So I also like to kind of tap into my intuition, right? And also creativity, right? If we're just focusing on these traditional postures, we get kind of stuck in a box. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be utilizing cat-cow, a very traditional yoga pose that a lot of people know, feels good, right? And you can go about cat-cow and you could do it any way that you like, right? You could stay in that kind of traditional spinal flexion and extension, or you can start to add some intuitive movement to it, okay? And what this does is lets you just tap into yourself, find what feels good to you, right? And move in a way that's more expressive of who you are, okay? So we're utilizing yoga posture, but we're kind of expanding it. I'll give some options, some ideas. You can follow along, you can utilize these ideas, or you can just, like I said, go totally, you know, your own separate direction. You could go into a totally another posture and pose and play with things. And I actually would love for you to do that, right? So maybe it starts with this cat-cow, but then you go and you utilize any other pose, right? You go into sun salutations and you add your own stuff going on, right? You go into bridges or back bends and add your own thing, okay? So let's get started. And again, traditional cat-cow has us on hands and knees, tabletop. You inhale, drop your belly, gazing forward. And you exhale, rounding through your spine, chin towards your chest, gaze towards your knee. Okay, so this is our traditional movement. It feels great. I've always liked this anyways, but sometimes I like to add a little bit more creative movement. So maybe you're gonna circle the spine, some torso rolls. One direction and the other. Maybe you bend through the elbows, right? Maybe you focus on swaying through the hips. Maybe you extend through the leg, each side kind of shifting forward and back. So you kind of move through a little bit of spinal flexion, right? You can bring your leg out. You can cat-cow in this regard, right? You can kind of bend through the leg, right? It doesn't look like a cat-cow anymore, but it kind of started as that. Maybe you want to go through some spinal rolls. Just find what feels good, okay? There's no right or wrong here. It's all about intuitive movement. For me, it often looks like moving through more of a circular motion, okay? So taking a few moments here, come in tune with that. Swaying could be nice, right? You can kind of sit back, maybe go into a child's pose. Maybe you come forward into this kind of cobra position, right? Play with other movements. Like I said, it doesn't have to stay in this cat-cow. You can tuck your toes under. Just a few more breaths. And then once you're ready, you can kind of ease your way back to a seated position. Fix your hair. And just notice how you feel. How did it feel to be playful? How did it feel to intuitively move? Move from a place of creativity, from intuition, from what feels good in your body, okay? So if you enjoyed this, let me know down below. If you kind of pieced together some other postures and you made a different kind of flow, I'd love to hear about it. And I will see you tomorrow for our last and final day. I can't wait, super exciting. And yeah, have a beautiful rest of your day, evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.